midday sun beats down on a Los Angeles overpass. Traffic crawls. Keanu Reeves on his motorcycle spots a gaunt man in a tattered army jacket holding a sign. Homeless vet, anything helps. The man's eyes are hollow, his posture broken. Keanu pulls over, removes his helmet. The vet stiffens, recognizing him. "John Wick ain't gonna save me, man." Keanu, kneeling. "No, but maybe Keanu can." The vet's hands shake as Keanu presses a $100 bill into his palm, then scribbles an address on a napkin. Keanu. "Shower, hot meal, no questions." The vet's name is Marcus. He pockets the napkin, but his eyes say he won't go, not yet. Keanu sits in a neon-lit booth, nursing coffee. The bell jingles, Marcus shuffles in clean but wary, slides into the seat opposite. Marcus, "Why'd you write Theodosia on that napkin?" Keanu's grip tightens on his cup, the name of his late sister's favorite song. Keanu, "Thought you'd recognize it, 10th Mountain Division, right? Afghanistan." Marcus pales. His unit patch is barely visible under the jacket's fraying threads. Marcus, whispering, "How the hell?" Keanu, "Your tattoo. Spartans don't quit. Only one division uses that." The waitress refills their coffee. Marcus finally meets Keanu's eyes. A silent understanding passes. The diner's fluorescent lights hum overhead as Marcus grips his coffee cup like it's the only solid thing left in the world. His knuckles whiten, his breath coming too fast. A truck backfires outside, just a delivery van unloading, but the sound cracks through him like gunfire. He's back in the mountains of Kunar province. The smell of burning diesel and blood thick in his throat. His chair screeches as he lurches to his feet, sending the sugar dispenser clattering to the floor. The waitress gasps. Other patrons turn to stare. Keanu doesn't flinch. He reaches across the table, slow and deliberate, and presses Marcus's shaking hand flat against the laminate. "Look at me," he says, quiet but firm. "You're in Los Angeles. It's 2024. The coffee's terrible, but the pie's decent." Marcus's wild eyes dart from the exit to Keanu's face, his chest heaving. Keanu keeps talking, grounding him in the mundane. "That's Doris behind the counter. She's worked here since '93. The guy at the grill? His name's Javier. Makes the best omelets on this side of the 405. Gradually, Marcus's breathing steadies. He sinks back into the booth, wiping sweat from his brow with a trembling hand. The other diners return to their meals, but the air still feels charged. Keanu pushes a slice of cherry pie toward him. "Eat," he says. "Then tell me what you need." Marcus stares at the pie, then at Keanu. His voice is raw when he finally speaks. "Marcus, how'd you know? About the division? About all of it?" Keanu leans back, his face unreadable in the dim light. For a long moment he says nothing. Then he rolls up his left sleeve, revealing a faded tattoo on his inner forearm. A Spartan helmet with the dates 2001-2003 beneath it. Marcus's breath catches. He knows those dates. The invasion. The first bloody push into the mountains. Keanu's voice is barely above a whisper when he finally answers. Keanu, I wasn't enlisted, but I was there, making a documentary about the 10th. Got embedded for 6 weeks in '02. He taps the tattoo. This was for a kid named Rodriguez. Saved my ass when our Humvee hit an IED, didn't make it home. Marcus's face twists with recognition. Rodriguez was in his unit. A kid from Phoenix who joked about opening a taco truck when he rotated out. The pieces click into place, Keanu's quiet intensity, the way he spotted the tattoo like it was a beacon. Marcus exhales sharply, pushing his pie plate away. His voice is rough when he speaks. Marcus, you're the one who sent those letters to Rodriguez's mom. Keanu nods, his jaw tight. Marcus shakes his head, a bitter laugh escaping him. Small fucking world. Outside, the first light of dawn creeps over the city. Keanu pulls a key from his pocket and slides it across the table. I've got a guest house in Malibu, he says. Empty for months. You can stay as long as you need. Marcus stares at the key, then at Keanu. The unspoken question hangs between them. Why? Keanu's answer is simple. Because Rodriguez would have done the same. Marcus pockets the key. Neither man notices the waitress wiping her eyes behind the counter. The Malibu guest house isn't what Marcus expected. No gated mansion, no Hollywood excess, just a weathered cedar cabin perched on a cliff, the Pacific churning below. The key turns smoothly in the lock, revealing a space that's sparse but lived in. A leather couch patched with duct tape. A bookshelf crammed with military histories. A framed photo of a young soldier on the mantel. Rodriguez. Marcus picks it up, his thumb brushing the glass. The date on the photo, March 2002, is 2 weeks before the IED. Keanu appears in the doorway carrying a grocery bag. There's coffee in the cupboard, he says, nodding to the kitchenette, and clean sheets. He doesn't mention the photo, doesn't need to. Marcus sets it down carefully. You keep this place just for vets? Keanu hesitates, then shakes his head. For people who need quiet. The way he says it implies he's been one of them. A motorcycle roars up the driveway. A woman in her 50s dismounts, her silver-streaked braid whipping in the wind. She strides in without knocking, her eyes locking onto Marcus with unsettling intensity. So you're the one, she says. Keanu tenses. Elena, not now. She ignores him, thrusting a dog-eared notebook at Marcus. Page after page of coordinates, mission logs, and a circled date. The day Rodriguez died. Marcus's blood runs cold. Where'd you get this? Elena's smile is razor thin. From the guy who planted the bomb. The notebook burns in Marcus's hands. The coordinates match a stretch of road outside Asadabad, a road his unit patrolled weekly. But the handwriting isn't Afghan, it's American. Keanu snatches the notebook, flipping to the last page. A faded Pentagon memo paper-clipped there bears a familiar name. Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Voss, PsyOps. Marcus's old CO. Son of a bitch, Keanu breathes. Elena lights a cigarette, her voice flat. Voss ran false flag ops to prolong the conflict. Rodriguez stumbled into one. Marcus's vision tunnels. He remembers Voss's smug grin during debriefings, the way he'd dismiss accidental friendly fire. The IED that killed Rodriguez had unusual markings, too precise for local insurgents. He'd filed a report. It vanished. Keanu's phone buzzes with a text. A news link. Voss just landed a defense contractor CEO gig. Elena exhales smoke. They're all still out there, still lying. Keanu slams the notebook shut. His voice is steel. We're not. That night, Marcus finds him on the cliff's edge, staring at the black ocean. They don't speak. They don't need to. The past has claws, but so do they. A dimly lit parking garage beneath a DC office building. Keanu leans against his bike, hood pulled low, as a nervous man in a rumpled suit approaches. You shouldn't have come, the man whispers, handing over a thumb drive. Voss has people everywhere. The file contains surveillance footage. Rodriguez's Humvee exploding, then Voss's team planting Taliban flags at the scene. Keanu's hands shake. Why release this now? The whistleblower's eyes dart nervously. Because next week, Voss gets Senate approval for a $2 billion contract. After that, he'll be untouchable. Back in Malibu, Marcus watches the footage on loop, his rage simmering. Elena paces. We go public. Burn it all down. Keanu shakes his head. We need proof it was deliberate. A beat. Then Marcus smiles, a soldier's smile, the kind that chills bones. I know how to get it. The Ritz-Carlton ballroom sparkles with medals and dress uniforms. Voss holds court by the champagne fountain, his new CEO pin gleaming. Then the crowd parts for Keanu Reeves, in a tailored tux, playing the celebrity guest. Voss's grin turns predatory. Mr. Reeves, an honor. Keanu returns the handshake, slipping a tracker into Voss's pocket. Thank you for your service, Colonel. Across the room, Marcus, clean-shaven in a borrowed suit, watches Voss's aide take a phone call, then whisper urgently in his ear. The aide hurries to the elevators. Marcus follows. In the parking garage, the aide opens a car trunk, revealing stacks of files labeled Operation Blue Star, the false flag mission that killed Rodriguez. Marcus snaps photos just as security shouts. Gun drawn, he makes a choice, fight or flee. Then Keanu's voice crackles in his earpiece. We got what we need, fall back. But Marcus hesitates. This close to justice, the muzzle of the aide's pistol gleams under the garage's fluorescent lights. Marcus freezes. his phone still recording the incriminating files. A voice barks from the shadows, Keanu holding a fire extinguisher. Before the aide can react, Keanu slams it into his wrist. The gun clatters to the concrete. Run! Keanu snarls, shoving Marcus toward the stairwell. Footsteps echo. Voss's private security closing in. Marcus hesitates. Keanu's eyes lock onto his. The files are uploaded. Go. Sirens wail as Marcus bursts onto the street, blending into the DC crowd. Behind him, the garage erupts in shouts. A black SUV peels out, Keanu in the back seat, hands zip-tied, a hooded figure beside him. Marcus's blood turns to ice. They took him, and it's his fault. A boarded-up laundromat in Anacostia. Elena bandages Marcus's split knuckles as a TV plays news footage. Actor Keanu Reeves detained after altercation at Veterans Gala. Police report a possible mental health crisis. Marcus slams his fist into the wall. They're making him look crazy. Elena nods grimly, pulling up a live feed. Keanu in a sterile interrogation room. Voss leaning over him, smiling. Where's your homeless friend, Keanu? Keanu says nothing. Voss sighs. Pity. I'd hoped we could rehabilitate your image. Marcus's phone buzzes. An encrypted message from an unknown number. Coordinates. A time. And 2 words. Bring fireworks. He looks at Elena. She's already loading magazines. You sure? Marcus asks. Elena racks the slide on her pistol. Rodriguez was my nephew. Black site outside Quantico, where they're taking Keanu, where no one comes back. 3:17 a.m. The woods outside Quantico hum with crickets as Marcus and Elena belly crawl through the underbrush, their faces streaked with mud. The black site looms ahead, a nondescript concrete bunker with no visible doors. Elena taps her wrist display. Thermal scans show 3 guards patrolling the roof. She mouths wait for the shift change. Marcus checks his watch. In exactly 43 seconds, the distraction begins. A mile away, a stolen garbage truck plows into a power substation. The black site's perimeter lights flicker and die. Guards shout, Marcus and Elena move. Silent, lethal. They breach a service hatch, dropping into a ventilation shaft. The air reeks of bleach and fear. Somewhere below, a voice screams, Keanu's voice. Marcus's hands tighten around his rifle. Too late, he realizes it's a recording, playing on loop, a trap. The hatch slams shut above them. Floodlights blaze. Voss's laughter crackles over the PA. I knew you'd come for your Hollywood hero. The walls shift. The entire room is an elevator descending into the earth. Elena curses. Marcus checks his phone. 1 bar of signal, enough to hit send on the file they'd prepared. The truth airborne now, whether they live or die. Live on every major network. Shaky cell footage erupts onto screens nationwide. Keanu, shirtless and bloody, chained to a chair in the black site. Voss paces, gloating. You should have stayed in your action movies, Reeves. Keanu spits blood, smiles, rolling. The camera pans to reveal Marcus's phone duct taped to the ceiling, streaming everything. Voss's face goes slack. The world is watching. Cut to chaos. The black site's doors blown open by FBI SWAT. Senators scrambling to deny involvement. Elena dragging a semi-conscious Keanu to safety while Marcus holds off Voss's men. And then the killing shot. Voss raises his pistol. Marcus fires first. The bullet punches through Voss's throat, just like he'd taught recruits in Kunar. No hesitation, no regret, with Keanu collapsing into Marcus's arms on the tarmac of a military evac helicopter, whispering, "Rodriguez would be proud." Below them, the black site burns. Above, the sunrise. For the first time in years, Marcus breathes easy. The marble halls of Congress buzz with tension as Keanu Reeves takes the stand, his left arm in a sling, his face still bruised from the black site. Cameras flash. Senators shift uncomfortably. The chairman clears his throat. "Mr. Reeves, you claim Lieutenant Colonel Voss orchestrated the death of Private Rodriguez and others to prolong military engagement. That's a serious accusation." Keanu doesn't blink. "I claim nothing. The footage claims everything." The screens light up with Voss's own voice. "Casualties mean funding. Rodriguez was expendable." Gasps fill the chamber. A junior senator vomits into a wastebasket. Keanu leans forward. "Ask yourself, how many more were expendable?" Marcus in the gallery, gripping the railing. A general approaches him, offering a handshake. Marcus ignores it. The general murmurs, "You'll never work in this town again." Marcus smiles. "Good. Dawn at Malibu." The three of them, Keanu, Marcus, Elena, stand barefoot in the surf, Rodriguez's urn between them. The waves lick at their ankles. Elena unscrews the lid. "Took you long enough, kid," she whispers. The ashes swirl into the tide, flecks of bone catching the light like gold. Marcus exhales. "What now?" Keanu watches the horizon. "Now we live. For him." A pause, then quieter. "And for us." Elena pulls a flask from her jacket. Rodriguez's favorite bourbon. They drink. The sun climbs higher. Somewhere a phone rings. The world is calling. They ignore it. 1 year later, Marcus's veterans' shelter, a converted motel near Venice Beach, is packed. Former soldiers cook in the communal kitchen, laugh in the courtyard. Keanu, flipping burgers at the grill, gets recognized. He just nods and keeps cooking. Elena teaches a self-defense class out back. Her students don't know she took down a black site. They just know she's scary. Marcus finds Keanu on the roof at sunset. "You ever miss it?" he asks. "The movies?" Keanu considers. "Sometimes, but this..." He gestures to the shelter below. "This is better." Marcus smirks. "Even the part where you burn the burgers?" Keanu laughs. real and loud. The sound carries over the ocean, where Rodriguez's ashes still dance in the waves.